Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thanks for the chance given to me for presenting my work. But in advance, let's introduce myself. I'm Kartika and I'm from Guidance and Counseling UPI. The title of my journal, the I movement desensitization and reprocessing EMDR to reduce the post-traumatic stress disorder (PTSD) anxiety. Natural disasters are caused by events or a series of events caused by nature, including earthquake, tsunamis, volcanic eruption, floods, drought, typhoons, and landslide. The treat and describe the people's life. It can be caused by natural and non-natural and human factors, which resulting in human casualties, environmental demands, property losses, and psychological impacts. Response with owned by an individual that state vigilant condition and encourage creative activities at the moderate level of anxiety. Individual perception focus more on things that are important at the time and ignore other things, while at the high level the individual perception drop. They only think of smart things and ignore others, so that the individual cannot think suddenly. And anxiety is an emotion with signaled by a feeling of anticipated dangers, as well the tension and stress that compromised by the awakening of the sympathetic nervous system. Factor the cause the anxiety genetic, behavior, and cognitive. PTSD, post-traumatic stress disorder, from traumatic event that threaten safety and make suppress helps. It is often experienced by soldiers on the battlefield, victim of accident, and people who have lost their homes, friends, and environments are a result of natural disaster or other calamities such as fires and damage caused by terrorism. PTSD diagnostic criteria. Post-traumatic stress disorder has the following diagnostic criteria. An individual who has an experience is a traumatic event and has a threatened feeling, or has a serious injury or sexual violence in one or more. B. The presence of one or more of following symptoms associated with a traumatic event, starting after the traumatic event has occurred. C. Resistant avoidance of stimuli associated with a traumatic event, starting after the traumatic event has occurred. D. Negative change in cognitive and mood associated with a traumatic event, starting or worsening after the traumatic event occurs. E. Change in arousal and reactive associated with a traumatic event, intimidated or worsened after the traumatic event occurred. If duration of the disturbance was more than 1 month. The disorder caused significant clinical stress or damage to social, schoolwork, and other important areas. This disorder is not caused by the physiological effects of the substance as drug, alcohol, or other medical condition. PTSD symptom, stress reaction from individual can be classified to 5 into several symptoms, including 1. Physiological symptom, 2. Emotional symptom, 3. Cognitive symptoms, 4. Interpersonal symptoms, and 5. Organizational symptoms. Causes of PTSD. There are 3 main factors, including 1. Human intentional, 2. Human accident, and 3. Natural disaster. As movement, desensitization, and reprocessing (EMDR) is an eye-based approach designed to be integrated into a comprehensive plan or physiological trauma treatment. EMDR step 1. Client history and planning the treatment. History of the client and planning therapy. 2. Preparation. 3. Assessment. Desensitization. 5. Inhalation. 6. Body scan. 7. Closure, and 8. Glass re-evaluation. The last conclusion, the frequent occurrence of natural disaster in Indonesia must be handled by strategies for dealing with psychological disorder. Post-traumatic stress disorder becomes one of the long-term effects. If it is not properly handled, it will cause excessive fear of the traumatic event, and there can be a technique that helps in counseling victims and eliminate excessive fear. Okay, thank you very much for your great attention. Thanks for listening. My authors we have shared be beneficial for all of us. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.